Hi, this week I've started some new canvases and I thought I would talk about how I start my paintings. I used to start by putting layers of gesso on and covering the canvas, which is what I do. But in those last layers of gesso, I like to actually start painting and start getting a little bit more experimental and seeing what sort of marks I can create. And that just starts the whole painting going. Before you know it, you're actually making a painting. So it kind of is a way of overcoming the, rabbit in the headlights type thing of staring at a blank canvas and not knowing how to start. So these ones here, they've got about 3 coats of white gesso on, and then I have put some black gesso on, but I've put it on with water as well. And so that's why there's some lovely effects of the water running through, and I've put the paint on with the rag, and so I've got some different effects. This one here I've just painted completely black, so now that's got 4 layers of quite thick gesso on it, and I'm going to come in and do the same thing on that one with white over black, whereas I've done black over white on this one. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. Okay, let's have a play and see what sort of effects we can get. So what I'm doing here is I'm really just playing, just like I do in my sketchbook. I'm just seeing what will happen if I do certain things. Now this one, I'm going to, because I quite like this area here, but I know it's not going to stay, but it's just, I like the wateriness of it, so I'm going to put some white on it and then flood it with water and let it drip again and see what happens this time with that. So it'd be slightly different from this one. These are some really lovely marks in here, and while this painting is way too young for me to get too excited about them and want to keep them, I certainly don't want to keep, I don't want, this painting's got a long way to go. This painting is a embryo, really. It's giving me ideas, and so there's learning to be had from doing something like this. rather than just sticking to doing the same thing all the time. It's so much more beneficial to get find things that you never knew before by just trying different stuff. And there's some beautiful marks in here that if I just painted 5 layers of gesso on, I would never have discovered that. So I'm going to store that away in my little memory bank and do something like that with colour as I move into this painting. Okay, so this one has got, the paint sort of ran off it, but over the top of the black paint running off underneath. And then I've come through here and put some more white paint over the top. So building up those sort of soft layers, it's getting a really nice, it's got a lot of action happening here and depth already on the canvas, before I've even started to think about the shapes or the lines or what else I'm going to put on here. So this is really, I'm really liking this, where you've got layer upon layer upon layer of these subtle shifts in white and grey. It's really, really subtle. So that's my latest discovery, and I just can't stress how important it is to try new things. If I didn't go with an idea that I had and just try and see what would happen, then I wouldn't have discovered these beautiful subtleties. And I'm going to take this method into colour and see what happens when I do that. That really interests me. And already as an underground, as a sort of a foundation layer for this painting, I've already got some strong lights and darks. I've got some really subtle shifts, and I've also got some beautiful marks as well. So it's a great way to start, and it's an exciting way to start, and it's much better to start this way, feeling like this, than staring at a blank canvas. So yeah, this is fun. Okay, I hope that's inspired you to maybe try something new and try starting your canvases or your paintings with experimentation, rather than just following a method that you've always done before. Or try this, it's fun.